How's it going, everyone? It's Seamus Shortlegs from Precisely Podcast. I'm recording from under the rainbow, and I'm with my special guest. Nope, she's not a guest. She's a guest today because she's a leprechaun. What's your name?
Top of the morning to you, Seamus. My name's Kelly.
Nice to see you, Kelly.
Nice to see you too, Seamus.
And we're with someone else, someone very special to us.
Oh, I'm special indeed. It's Shillelagh Samuel, the Paddy producer. I went a little bit transatlantic to come and join you for this broadcast.
This broadcast, it's a podcast, Seamus. No, I'm Seamus.
I always lose track of my broadcasts and podcasts.
I always
And my
lose
accents
track
are all
of
over the
everyone's
place.
names.
I always lose track of my Lucky Charms.
Happy St. Paddy's Day, everyone.
When we say we're going to wing it.
Yes. Oh, my cheeks hurt. We just did 10 minutes of trying to do an intro, and we're just going to leave it at that. That one works. It's amazing. How is everyone?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good.
Just lovely.
It's going to be St. Patrick's Day tomorrow on Wednesday, the 17th of March. And we are recording on Tuesday, and this will be coming out Saturday. So happy St. Paddy's Day to everyone. I hope everyone was safe and everyone was jolly and everyone got the gold at the end of the rainbow.
There were times in that intro where you kind of sounded like that one video from that TV show, The Mighty Boosh, Old Greg. Have you ever heard of Old Greg?
yes.
I'm Old Greg.
I'm old Greg.
I call this one Old Greg.
Yeah.
God.
I call this one Bailey's.
Yeah.
So it's kind of Irish. There you
It
go.
is
Yeah,
kind of Irish.
definitely.
Even though it's like New Zealand or something.
Yeah. And he lived in a lake or something.
Yeah, what
covered
you doing
in
in my
seaweed.
waters?
Yeah. Loved it. So this is Precisely Podcast, a podcast about beer, video games, and leprechauns today, I guess. And guess what, everyone? It's episode motherfucking 69.
Nice.
Yes. And I did say this was a beer podcast. So can we crack open our beers?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Fully.
Mine's already in a glass.
Yes. All right. So we did pre-pour it. And can we be shocked at the color of this?
Oh, wow. It's green.
Oh my God.
No,
it's
I was going to
green.
go a little bit more like, my goodness, this beer is green. And not the kind that you get that's like green Bud Light. This is like
Yes.
good green beer.
This is a good green. So
That was tasty.
I've had 2 of these beers already before this podcast. We're sharing 2.
Wow.
And did not notice it was green until I poured Kelly a glass just now. But this is from New Trail Brewing Company, and it's called Leprechauns Drink Milkshakes 2 Hazy IPA, and it's brewed with mint, vanilla, and lactose.
The Leprechauns of Williamsport, PA.
Is that where they're from?
That is where they're from, and it's
Aye, lad.
absolutely delicious.
It's great.
It's good.
So tell me about it.
It's minty.
Do you taste mint?
I do.
It almost reminds me of, like, is it like Chinese restaurants where you get those little chocolates with mint in the center
Or like
of them?
the like almost 10x sugar and mint all punched into that little candy. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah.
You mean like when you go to Olive Garden and you get the Andes mints at the end?
Yeah,
Similar.
something
Yes.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Say, I think the vanilla is what gives me that vibe.
Well, it's when you drink it, it like hits your lips minty. But when it goes down, it's not minty.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I like the aftertaste of it, but I feel like it's like a very well-balanced beer when it comes to all the flavors.
For sure.
You know? There's
Yeah.
nothing that's like overpowering it. It's like, I usually don't like mint as a flavor when it comes to things. Like, I don't like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Take that back.
Say, that
right
had me
now.
concerned. I'll admit, I was a little bit concerned about that myself, but I was willing to
Yeah.
give it a fair shake just for the sake of trying a new beer.
Yeah, I
Room
think
full
it's
of
good.
mint haters.
I don't regret it.
Wow.
I don't hate mint. I would never say I hate mint. I just
Yeah.
it's not like
It's
the
not
kind
my
of thing I
preferred.
go after.
Yeah.
Like I just got a whole bunch of Girl Scout cookies and
Thin mints.
well, I didn't get any Thin Mints. I got Samoas because that's my
They're the
jam.
best.
Say,
Yo, give me a high five.
That's how we do high
I
fives.
can't believe.
Samoas
but
are
that's-
No.
literally
No.
the best
They're
Girl
the best
Scout
cookie there is.
Yes,
No.
thank you, dude.
No.
I bought 3 boxes of them, and 2 of them are already gone.
Caleb only got me one, and I bitched.
That's only 15
And then
cookies.
the next day, is it really only?
Yeah.
50? And then the next day, she somehow found another box somewhere. I don't know. She
Oh,
got
you
it
can
from
always
somewhere else.
like go out to the store and the
I know.
girls are out having
You know-
to hawk their wares.
You know what I was working on
Okay.
Sunday at the antique shop. I was covering the antique shop on Sunday, and the Girl Scouts were there.
Yes.
And it was really busy all day. And when we were opening, I was helping another vendor out and, whatever. So I was busy all fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, 3:45, so like 15 minutes before we closed, I like peeked my head out real quick while there was like a lull. I was like, hey, y'all got any Thin Mints? And they're like, no, we sold out. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's all I wanted. I just wanted 3 boxes of Thin Mints, and that was it.
And you didn't get one box.
Didn't get any. They were out. And I
Did you
was
have
like,
any? Do you have any now?
no, I have none.
I can sink you some Thin Mints because Kayla loves Thin Mints.
I don't want to take Kayla's stash.
That's fine.
No, I will not take Kayla's stash
Okay.
as respect to another Thin Mint lover. I will get my own because they'll be back.
So she got 3 boxes of Thin Mints, and she only got me 1 box of Samoas, and I was like,
The ratio of cookies there is far
So
in
wait, the
balance.
Samoas are the coconut ones, right?
yes,
Yeah.
but don't even say that they're coconut because, like,
They're
you don't-
caramel and chocolate.
Yes, that's what they
and
are.
crispy
And the coconut
coconut
just gives you
and
the
shortbread.
crisp. Just
Don't
gives
like
you that
coconut.
crunch.
No.
Neither do I, but it works with this cookie. It's so damn good.
I have to say, my second favorites, I like the shortbreads. But then there were these ones a couple years ago. They had like lemon. Like it was like a lemon
yeah.
center. I don't
Yep.
remember what they were called, but then they were gone. And I really like those.
Every now and again they'll swap one out, but yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Solid.
I want that one.
So, yeah,
Bring back
Kayla
Girl
had like
Scouts.
3 boxes of Thin Mints. She brought them upstairs one night. She's eating them. And I'm like, I want one, but I don't. And I told her earlier when she had the 3 boxes of Thin Mints and only 1 box of Samoas, I was like, Thin Mints to me, I would only ever eat them if like the apocalypse happened and I'm like going through people's like cabinets and like then I see Thin Mints and then I'm like, cool, I'll eat one, or like I'll grab that like if I have room in my pockets. Like I'm thinking like Fallout,
Thin Mints are too heavy.
But then she
You've
brought them
been
upstairs.
over-encumbered.
She brought them upstairs, or I brought her a pack upstairs while we are watching the show. I was like, "Can I get a Thin Mint?" And she's like, "Is it the apocalypse?" I'm like, "Bitch, give me a Thin Mint."
Oh my God.
And I ate one. And I was like, "Yeah, it's good. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
all right."
cool.
But like, I wouldn't order them. I would have rather have eaten a Samoa all day, every day.
I just love that in an apocalypse, you're foraging for food and you find a Thin Mint, and it's just, oh, cool.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, fine, I guess.
Rad.
Yeah. Hope it has some radiation in it.
Speaking of radiation,
Yes.
games I've been interested in playing but haven't actually played yet. Did you happen to see that Bethesda games are like all on Game Pass for Xbox now?
Well, it's because they just bought
I
them.
know.
Yeah.
But they just decided, hey, if you have Game Pass for PC or for consoles, you get like every Bethesda game of the past
Do
15
you get
years.
DLC with that, though?
No, that's the
Okay.
only caveat. And everybody complained about that. But you get like all the Doom games.
Can you buy
get-
the DLC, though?
Yeah, for cheaper
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I mean, just
on
do
Game
that.
Pass,
Stop
too.
complaining.
Yeah, but you get all those. You get all the Elder Scroll games. You get a bunch of stuff.
Fallout.
I'm stoked
Yeah, it's
on
great.
it.
Wolfenstein.
You get Fallout 76 and Fallout 4.
Yeah, Wolfenstein,
Oh, you don't
and you get
3?
some Wolfenstein games too. You get
Oblivion.
you do get Oblivion, you get Morrowind, and you get Skyrim. But I think you get New Order and a couple other newer Wolfenstein games. I mean, if you can't get the original Wolfenstein game, get out from under that rock. But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was neat.
I like how Sam brought some news into our podcast that we never talk about news, really.
Yeah,
Oh, man, this whole podcast's about to be news today.
Yeah, I guess
We got
so.
news.
It's personal news.
We got news.
So, yeah, I mean, at Precisely, for the last, 105 episodes, we're at episode 69. But
nice.
yes. For like the last year.
Yeah, for the last year, we've really been focusing on the community around us and, people that listen to us, people that we want to interview, and just been interviewing a lot of guests and really enjoying it. Really just talk to some amazing collectors, amazing gamers, just amazing people that we absolutely love. And we couldn't be more grateful for all of them. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we're like, let's talk about ourselves. So episode 69, why not? Let's suck each other off and fucking talk about ourselves.
There's the soundbite for this week.
Right?
Ooh.
So that's what this episode is about. We're going to talk about games that we've been playing, but we really want to catch up on what we've been up to because, it's 2021 and I think we're all doing some pretty cool, unique things right now.
Yeah. I think when we started interviewing was so it's been, as of like this past week, it's been a year since basically we all went into a lockdown mode for the coronavirus. So now,
which really made interviews a prevalent thing too.
This was our big idea. Like, hey, we're recording remotely. Let's get other people in on this.
Yeah.
So that was what really started that. So it's been a year. Literally, it's been a year of us doing interviews. So, I mean, what better way to celebrate that than to not do an interview?
Yeah. And it's been great too. Like, I mean, Precisely has been all the way to Canada, which isn't that far. But also, God, you might have to take this out. Is it Switzerland?
We went to
Sweden. Marcus, I'm so sorry. Sweden.
Like my character from that game we played last week.
We're
oh yeah, that's right.
yes.
I forget what his name was.
We're going to talk about Sven.
Sven, yeah.
It was Sven.
And where the Rita Rabbit amusement park
Where
might have
your
been.
Rita Rabbit dreams go to die, apparently. Oh my God.
Sweden.
Del Grosso's Reader Rabbit Amusement Park and Water Slide.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, recently, just 2 weeks ago, we all got together and hung out. Had a really good time at my house. I invited everyone over for games, a game night. And I also invited my buddy Zerb, who's been on the podcast way back when. And he thought game night was like board games, card games, which, that's understandable. Granted, I have so many fucking video game systems at my house, but that's understandable. I like board games. I like physical.
I like the way we
media
split
games.
it up, though.
I did too. What was the game that he brought over that we played that we loved so much? Do you guys remember?
It's like someone died or something like that.
Died. Somebody died, I think is what it's called, or something like that. It's like somebody died, and the premise of the game was that each player gets cards and essentially creates a character, and you all are trying to get an item from somebody who has passed away.
Yeah. So Zerb was...
Someone has died is the name of the game.
Yeah, and Zerb was the judge. So he died, and...
No, he didn't die. He was the person who...
Someone died, and he was the executor of their will.
He was like the person in charge of handing out that person's
Gotcha.
items from their will.
So he was judging us.
Right.
And
He
it was
judging
sort
our
of
characters.
like improv Dungeons and Dragons. Like, this is my character. Let me tell you who I am. But you get cards. You choose cards, and those are what makes you that character. So I was a robot that only talked in musicals, that was born from the forest, that was scared of oceans, and some other mumbo jumbo.
And he didn't like my character very much.
Yes, and that's how I said everything, and it was amazing.
It was really good.
I haven't laughed that hard in a while.
Yeah,
that game was
really
so
fun.
much fun.
I was dying.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Highly recommend that.
Who won the bongos?
I did.
Okay.
I won the bongos. I can't remember what I said my name was, but I was an antiques collector with two heads, or two faces. I'm sorry. I had two faces.
Yeah, I think I granted you 2 faces.
Yeah, I think you did. And I can't remember what else I was doing. Oh, I was wearing the same outfit as Sam was in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
That was one of my cards.
It was a fun game.
It was really fun.
So someone has died. A storytelling and role-playing adventure, I believe, is like
And it's a card game.
the full name of the card game.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat.
It's like really, like, I mean, this is something that's weird, but like it's really small. So like if you were going somewhere to somebody's house, it wasn't like throwing an entire giant board game in your bag. It's like throwing this little tiny box of cards in. So it's a really fun party game for sure.
And if you're all into like D&D, it's the kind of thing that like you can just throw together right then and there. You don't need to do any kind of prep or have any like long-winded campaign.
Yeah.
Just looking for something short
That'd
to
be
do for the
really
night.
fun if you like if you have your like D&D party and then like you take a night off from D&D and play that instead, like
Literally
with your
like
characters.
a wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Absolutely.
That'd be really fun.
So yeah, thanks for bringing that, Zerb.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Thank you, sir. But yeah, after that, we ventured upstairs to the kiosk room and played some Smash Brothers. Had a bunch of fun with that. Who won on that?
I don't remember.
I did poorly because
I think
I was trying to respect the rules of only having one main per character or per person. And Kelly was playing as Kirby, and Kirby is also my main.
we can't have two Kirby mains in the same
But
house.
then after a while, I was getting my ass handed to me, so I decided to eschew
Kirby as
those
well.
rules and also be Kirby.
Yeah.
And then I played better. What was that other game we played?
Ribbit King.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A game that we've talked about multiple times, but I want to stay talking about because it's literally the best party game.
I enjoyed that thoroughly.
it's
yeah,
a good game.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And
It's
it's
like-
up to 4 players that can play it,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is great. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time.
It's
We
like
just took
if you're
turns.
too drunk to play Mario Golf.
Yeah. Props. Yeah.
That's like the best way I could think to describe
Yeah,
it.
because your frog is your ball, and it has its own mind.
Well, and sentient golf balls is a whole other thing. But if you were too drunk, if you were playing Mario Golf, you'd have to worry about like the wind speed and aiming and what club you were using,
Right.
and your swing distance. With
Ribbit
Ribbit
King.
King, you're just chalking the frog across the map
Yeah.
and hoping it lands somewhere. It doesn't matter where you aim it; it's gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, as long as it's sort of in the direction of the hole, I think you're fine.
Yeah, but the other thing is, like, even if you're not the first one in the hole on that round, you can still get a shit ton of
A
points
shit ton of
by
points,
running
yeah.
your frog around the map.
Yeah.
On purpose.
It's definitely a fun game to play.
Yeah.
I can say with confidence, I wasn't really entirely sure what I was doing, and I still did well
Yes.
and enjoyed the game.
And that's a great game. It's when you don't know what you're doing, but you're still winning
Yeah.
at it,
Yeah.
I like that other game we played too for Switch.
Which was moving out.
I would
that
say
was
it's
fun.
almost like Overcooked, but
So
with moving.
I don't know if we were like this was the end of the night.
No.
No?
It was before we played the
The end of the night, we played, I think, like New Super Mario Bros. Or something.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
We were playing that.
So let's go back to moving out. It was either 3/4 of the way of the night, I think. But either way, I feel like we were all a little drinky drunk.
We should have been operating at full capacity to play that game. We were not.
It was such a tough game.
I was, in fact, operating at full volume, though.
Yes.
Yes.
And I left your house feeling slightly regretful because I know Kayla had gone to bed like
She's
an hour and a half,
She's
2
the
hours.
hardest sleeper ever. Don't
That-
worry about that.
fine as that may be. I'm also the loudest person ever when I've had enough,
Yes.
to the point that I used to go to happy hour before I do radio in college, and my mom would listen, and as soon as she hear me talk on the mic, she'd be like, "So how was happy hour?"
Ah, nice. Nice, Mom.
I'm a loud person.
Yeah. You have a great voice.
I'm okay.
Oi. But yeah, moving out is a party game. I don't know if you can really even play it by yourself because
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
you need AI either way.
It's
which
definitely
might be
more
a
fun
thing.
with a whole crew.
It's a lot
like
of fun,
playing
but
Mario
it's
Party
super
by
hard.
yourself.
So people hire a moving company to move their shit into a moving truck. So you got to take their shit in their house and move it to a truck in a set amount of time. And I think
You can't break stuff either. That's the other thing. Like,
No, I thought you could.
you could, but you would like lose points if you broke
Okay.
stuff.
Either way, I think we got past the first level, and then the second level was like beating our ass.
Yeah.
I thought we did 2, and then we got to 3, and it was bad.
Okay, it might have been the third level. Either way,
Takes
it
a
ramped
lot
up.
of teamwork.
It ramped up real hard.
You needed to be on your game, and you needed to like be communicating, and all of us were just like, "This is a great time. This is fun. Let's have more beer."
Yeah.
And we were not focused on moving, but the characters were cute too. And I just remembered I was a cat in a little wheelchair,
Oh, yeah.
which I was so confused. Like that's why I picked the character because I was like, "Wait, how is he moving this stuff?"
Yeah, right?
My favorite part of Kelly's character being in a wheelchair, though, was that the rest of us were all in the moving
all in
van,
the moving
and
van.
Kelly's character had to be wheeling next to it, like, "Hey, wait up!" And everyone's just smiling,
after
waving.
each level.
He was
yeah,
really
yeah.
going though. His biceps must be.
Oh,
Like,
I mean,
he must
he
be
was
built.
Yeah, he's
ripped.
super strong.
He was right there with the freaking van.
Going 45.
Say, who needs a truck?
So yeah, either way, we didn't get past the third level, I don't think. And I don't know if that was from the beer that we consumed or the game's just very difficult.
I think it was the beer.
Yeah, I
The
think
fact
so
that
too.
we weren't prepared to have that kind
I
of
feel like
teamwork happening
we were
that
all
night.
very good gamers, and for the third level to that we couldn't pass, I was just like, but we played it like what, 3 times in a row?
Yeah.
We gave it its due.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The thing is with those games, and like you said with Overcooked, you have to have people with you that are good communicators. So if you have a communicator,
If you're all drunk.
no,
not-
I'm just saying, like, if you're playing with somebody and they struggle with communicating in general, it's going to be hard for them
Yeah.
to play this game. It's going to be hard to get that other person in your, I don't know, in your corner.
And at the same time, I feel like a lot of it, though, was more so like the end game of each level, which was organizing the moving truck to make sure that
Yeah.
everything was positioned
We got
perfectly.
the
Yeah.
shit out of the house, but we couldn't get it all on the truck in time. That was the problem.
Yeah.
We couldn't all
we
get
were,
to fit.
We were so close to finishing the last level so many
I
times.
feel like we all just got so excited when we got to the truck that we just like
we just,
We
like,
just
throw
you
it.
throw it in. Yeah.
yeeted it in there and said goodbye
But
and
you
went and
have
got
to,
the next thing.
you actually have to like position each piece of furniture, like the fridge, the table, the chairs, perfectly, almost, just to fit everything in.
But also, yeah, we had those like sandbox dynamics where when you set something down, it just like kind of boop, 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 and like
Yeah.
bounces
Yeah, it
around a
feels
little
floaty.
bit. So, yeah. I don't
sure.
know. It made it difficult, and I don't think we were in the right headspace to play that game, but I'd love to give it another shot when I am.
Yeah, me too. Maybe the first game we play or something. next
Right.
time.
I would. It would
Yeah.
not be a midnight game. It would, or end of night game. It would definitely be a beginning of night.
Yeah, for sure.
Boomy
So,
is snoring hard over there right now.
who, Boomy?
Yeah.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, it's cracking me up.
Yeah.
Can you hear him through the mic?
I don't know.
I can just hear him because he's next to me.
Yeah. He cool boy.
It's just funny because we're telling this story.
He's like, I don't go fuck.
He's like,
Yeah,
Sam,
he
cut
is.
this out.
So, what have you guys been up to? Can we start with you, Sam?
Yeah. Well, as far as games I've been playing, they're pretty much all in the Oculus Quest.
Should we go with games that we've been playing?
I mean,
and
if
then-
we want to go that route.
Yeah, I mean, we can. Yeah, that's fine.
Say, because I haven't really done a ton.
Okay,
Go that route.
let's go.
Go that route.
Let's go that route.
Well, Beau,
Yes.
I've been playing some games lately. Let me tell you about them.
Okay.
Sam, cut that out. I've been playing. I got the Oculus Quest 2
Ooh.
as a gift recently, and
Amazing.
it's so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the games I've been playing you're familiar with because you have the PSVR and Beat Saber and like Tetris Effect.
Amazing.
So cool.
So good. I've actually been thinking about going back to that game, replaying it.
having a lot of fun with those.
Do they have Fruit Ninja on the Oculus?
They do. I haven't
Yes.
actually purchased that yet.
Oh, do it. It's
But
good.
the other game that I've been playing specifically for Oculus, are you lukewarm on Fruit Ninja?
I don't like that.
I feel like at least the PSVR version that the fruits are way too close to like the screen.
But I think it's a fun game, though.
It's not designed properly, right? I feel like, or maybe like I didn't set up the options right, but I feel like the
Could be
fruits are
user
coming.
error.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, so let's say the one game I will say the one game I've been playing that's like, I guess we could call it an Oculus exclusive.
Okay.
Is Vader Immortal?
Is it?
It's the Star Wars
I thought that
VR
was
game.
PSVR.
No, it's not.
I don't think it is because it's
It's on the-
developed through like by Oculus Studio.
It's only on
Okay.
Oculus, yeah.
So basically, it's a 3-part story where, and I've only played the first part. I have the other 2 parts to play, but I haven't gotten to them yet. It's that you're on a freighter ship, you get captured, and then you interact with Darth Vader. You go through this whole like escape procedure in the first part. You have this companion robot with you. I think the thing that strikes me the most, because with the Quest 2, that screen door effect that you get that people always kind of complain about is mostly gone on this one. it's just so detailed. I spent so much time just like looking at the hands on the leather gloves and noticing that like they included like tarnish on the gloves.
Interesting.
And it's not even just like it's a texture map. It's like if I hold it close enough to my face, I get that effect that like I'm buying into it. And it's just without having any kind of tether or anything, it's so immersive. Like I use like my whole basement to play.
Nice.
And Vader Immortal, just it's a really cool experience because you can use a lot of space to walk around. I only punched my ceiling like once or twice so far. But.
And with the Oculus Quest, you can actually like set up your own border, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
which
draw
is
it out on the floor.
Nice fucking thing about
and
the Oculus.
The cool thing is that the tracking is in the headset. On some of the PC VR stuff, it's based on like lighthouses around the room.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's 4 sensors on the headset, and it's just ridiculous like how compact it is because it's essentially just like...
And it's wireless.
Oh, yeah. It's like basically just like an Android device in a headset, but it's a little bit more powerful than that.
Whereas the PSVR is literally just using the PS camera.
Yeah.
And so you only have that space.
Yeah. And the thing I'm really excited to try, because I figured out some like more PC hack kind of things with it, is completely turning off the Guardian and taking it to like a really wide open space and just like walking around. Because there's some experiences that are a little bit more open-ended that I'm really curious just to see like what the limits of them are. It's pretty cool.
Like what?
Well, the one that I'm not going to be able to do it with that I'd really like to is Google Earth has like a
Jump
VR
off a-
fly around kind of thing.
Sorry, I was going to say jump off of a bridge simulator, but
That's actually a game.
Morbid.
That's a game.
Wait,
it's called
really?
Richie's Plank Experience. I have it, and it is frightening.
That's so scary.
Richie's Plank Experience is like what you do to mess with people if they ask to check out your VR headset is the best way to explain it. But basically, you start on the ground, you take an elevator to the 80th floor of a building, and then it's just a plank that you walk out on. I kid you not, I was standing in my basement, and I had to like go on my hands and knees and like feel around like this is legit, right?
Wow.
And I finally built up enough courage to like just step out onto it because it's so immersive. Like your brain buys all of it. And the first time that it let me, and there's a version of it called Nightmare Mode that literally like lets you just fall.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
God.
And as you're falling, you start to see the ground level, the horizon, and everything in your brain is like, you are going to hit the ground.
Oh my God.
And you just feel this rush in your brain, like everything sinks. But then you realize like you're in your basement and it's a VR headset.
Yeah.
And it is...
How does it end? That
It just-
Nightmare Edition or whatever.
It just fades to white, and then you're back at the ground.
And
But like it comes to a stop, and when
Yeah.
it does that, it does like a fade to white, and then it resets the game.
so by then you're like, okay, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Or before then.
Uh,
How long are you falling? 3 seconds? 5
The
seconds?
whole like realistic physics falling from the 80th floor. It takes like a
7
couple seconds.
seconds,
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
It's freaky.
Yeah.
I bought into it like real hard because it's just that immersive.
So it's just blackness around you when you're falling?
No, it's like a whole cityscape.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Shit.
like a full-on cityscape. And I guess the other thing people do is to really mess with like your senses on it. People actually set this up where they put like a plank up on like 2 chairs.
Ooh, I was gonna say, are they putting fans up so like if you feel like the wind?
Oh, I'm sure people have
going
done
and-
everything, but I saw somebody there. It's like a picnic bench or like a board or something, and they had their family try it,
God.
and it like messes with people.
Oh man.
Yeah, if you want to mess with people, it's Richie's Plank Experience. I think it's on like all the VR stuff, but it's just like a quick experience kind of thing.
Okay. I mean, I'll look it up
It's
for the
weird.
PSVR.
I'd,
I feel
I'd
like
try it like once. I think I don't.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
I feel
but it took me forever to like realize like I can trust my brain. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like fall.
I feel like the PlayStation might not have it, but
It might. It's hard to say. I don't really know.
I feel like the PlayStation wants to censor a bunch of stuff with VR.
The thing is, it's not like
I've been looking for porn for the
photoreal.
longest time, and I cannot find it. All right,
Wait, are you telling me that Pornhub hasn't gone VR yet?
you can't access it through PlayStation.
There's a
Right?
huge market they're missing.
Right, Sam?
Listen,
Do I
Pornhub,
know
if you're
this?
listening.
Am I right?
I don't know.
It's not Pornhub. It's PlayStation. They
I know,
don't.
but I'm saying Pornhub, if you're listening and you haven't tapped into the VR world yet.
Yeah,
Trademark.
please.
All the money goes to me now. I had the idea.
That's
Neat.
fine. I'm
Beau
pretty
needs
sure
his
every.
Verperns.
I'm pretty sure every horny person with a VR headset wants porn at one time.
Can I touch VR titties?
I've typed that in at least 4 times. So
Only 4?
yeah, maybe 3. Not titties, maybe 2. But
Okay.
yeah.
Can I touch
Can
VR
I watch
boobies?
PSVR porn? No.
It just,
Need
it just
my
comes up on
Verperns.
No.
No.
Brought to you by episode 69.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Why do I keep saying yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what have other people been playing?
I mean, I've been playing a lot. I'll get into it with the game that I most recently played, which is The Messenger for the Switch. And it's a lot of fun. It's an 8-bit side-scroller platformer, puzzle platformer. Have you played it?
No.
Have you heard of it?
I don't think so.
It's really good. I think it came out in 2018. I think it's almost for every platform, like Xbox, PlayStation, Switch.
Oh, that reminds me
But
of the
it-
game I was playing.
It has a callback to all the good retro video games, and it just works very well. It's a Metroidvania, very reminiscent of Castlevania games, very reminiscent of Ori or Celeste even. And after each like level, there's like a Sonic cutscene. You know how like Sonic is like rolling by and it's like Green Hills.
So you mean like full on like Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes,
Okay.
like that. Those little scenes where it's like
Yeah,
Green Hills,
like the title
1-1.
screens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will do that after each
Okay.
level. Yeah. Every time you die in the game, this little devil comes out and is like does a little check mark, and then it does a screen, which is like the loading screen where you'll go back then after this loading screen to your last save point or checkpoint. And the devil will say something witty on how you died. So I died on spikes, right? I fell on some spikes. He's like, oh, you didn't know spikes killed you? It's like, all right, cool. That's fine. I tried jumping to a platform that I didn't reach, and I fell to my death. He's like, were you looking for a hidden area or something? I'm like, bro, like, stop. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I'm
Right.
dying. But this little devil will take all your coins from you for like a minute and a half of time after you come back to life. So everything that you kill that you gain coins from, he's just swiping from you. And then eventually he'll disappear. But I'm pretty sure like near the end of the game or at the end of the game, he's going to be like, hey, you died 157 times, you know, or
Yeah.
whatever. But it's just so... It breaks the third or fourth wall all the time within the game. There's characters that just like have so much humor to them and tells you like as the player like what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's just like really well done. It's an indie game, but it's really well done. So I downloaded this on the Switch for $16.99. It was on sale, $3 off. It's usually $19.99, but it came with a free expansion pack too. So I think it's like a whole nother map or area that was for free on the Switch. So I'm pretty sure it's
That's
free
awesome.
like everywhere else, but highly recommend The Messenger. It's a lot of fun. Besides that, I've been playing Guacamelee a lot on the Wii U, and it's another platformer, and it's super fun. I feel like I'm near the end of it. It's made by a Spanish company, indie company, and it's very like Spanish influence, a lot like Spanish music going on. You're Alice Libre, I believe. Lucha Libre, which is
Mexican wrestler.
a Mexican wrestler.
With the face masks and everything and the fancy pants.
Yeah. And
Very cool.
you're just beating up things.
Jack Black.
Yeah, exactly. Nacho Libre, right? So you're just beating up enemies and doing combo attacks and just getting through each level, puzzle platforming wise, and so much fun. Like, really couldn't ask for anything better right now. And it's funny, like, how I can juggle 2 platformer games at the same time. But it's like my Wii U's in one room and the Switch is in a different room, and I'm just able to do it, and it's nice. Like, do I want to be with my wife or not? Like, like, is she watching a show that I don't want to? I'll just go and play Guacamelee, on the Wii U kiosk. Is she passed out on the couch? I'll play The Messenger. Thank you. We're good.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I mean, besides that, played a few other games. Advance Wars for the Game Boy Advance before I go to bed, and Cadence of Hyrule for the Switch. I started playing, but that game is weird. It's hard. You got to be on beat. Have you guys tried that or heard of it?
No, I've heard of it, and I know my cousin's kid has been playing it, but I haven't tried it.
Is that the one that's like those other...
It's like
Cadence
of something, right?
Cadence of Hyrule, I think, is right, but isn't it also like those Necromancer games?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like not skinned,
but it's Zelda.
designed
Yeah.
in the Zelda
Yeah, and
universe.
it has the music of Zelda games.
Yeah.
But you move your character with the beat of the song.
Right.
So
It's like a rhythm RPG.
Yeah, so you have to
Wow.
button press if you want to, like, I mean, just like attacking is moving forward towards an enemy, right? But you have to do it on beat.
Right.
So either you're good at that or you're not. I wasn't the greatest at it. So you can turn that off where you just go one at a time, where like it's your turn, it's enemy's turn. It's your turn, it's enemy's turn. I don't know if I'm going to go back to it. Like, I got it in a lot that I traded a bunch of Pokemon cards for, and I got a bunch of, like, I got 3 video games, 2 Switch, and 1 PS4 game for a bunch of like common Pokemon cards. So tried it out. Cool. It's cool, but yeah, not my cup of tea in the sense.
Cool.
Yeah. How about you?
I haven't been playing a lot because I don't have time.
Okay.
But I've been playing I've been playing in the evenings the Call of Duty Zombies with my friends because we've been working on trying to complete different things like Easter eggs, different achievements and things like that. So like we have a long list of things in our like chat group that we're trying to achieve, like going 100 rounds, or like what else was there? There was like exfilling with only melee. So like you can't use a gun. You're just killing zombies with knife attacks.
How many do you have to kill?
Well, you got to go through at least 10 waves.
Everyone does, or
Everyone. And then you have to leave. And when you select to like leave, so when you select to exfil, they like call in a chopper and they're like, "Hey, we're coming to get you." But then like the zombies just swarm, and then like armored zombies show up and shit, and bosses show up. It's madness. So that would be difficult to do, but yeah, there's a lot of different ones that we want to get done. But it's been fun. Like, it's just a good way to relax, and like I can just hop on and chat with my friends for a little while and play that. And it's kind of mindless. And like for me, I like it because it's one of those games where it's repetitive in a way that, you know, if I want to play zombies, I can just train zombies. Like I just run in a circle, train them, turn around, kill them till I need to reload. Then I'm reloading while I'm running. Then I turn around, shoot them again. You know, like it's just
are the maps that big enough that you can do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah. I don't know the last time you ever played it. It's
I feel
way
like
bigger.
the last zombie game that I played that was Call of Duty based.
It's not just one room anymore.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it's a
usually
whole
just like a
map.
room.
It's a whole map.
Like a couple rooms or something.
No, it's a whole map. Yeah. So you can definitely like run around. But that's like I think why I like it, to help me like relax and just kind of unwind, is because it's a very repetitive game for me. Like I know what's gonna happen. I know when things are going to spawn, and like I just have to time it right with myself. So that's, I don't know. And like what loadout you have and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I like playing that in the evening. But that's really all I've had time to play. I really want to get back to playing the new Super Mario, but I haven't had the time. That's on my list of things I want to play and finish.
Awesome.
Next.
I have one other game that I've been playing that I got to tell you about.
Your turn's
and I
over.
totally forgot about.
That's done.
Yeah.
And you're never going to hear about it because my turn is over.
Tell us.
So it's,
Sam, cut this out.
Yeah. Sam, cut that out. It's a game called Horace. It's a sort of an indie developed platformer, but it's this British developer called 505 Games. It's only on PC and Switch right now. It came out like September a year and a half ago, 2019. And I got it for free through the Epic Games Store. Every Thursday they put out a new free game. And I let it sit there for like 6 months. And my favorite part is I accidentally clicked on it like a month or two ago.
Really?
And I started playing it. And it's like a 2D, like 16-bit looking pixel art kind of game. But it's really developed in a 3D engine. So it's an interesting platformer. It uses all four like dimensions. It sort of eschews gravity a little bit, and I've had a lot of fun playing it. Basically, the main character is a robot butler, and he starts out in a mansion, and the story really expands from there. It does a lot of not necessarily parody making fun of, but like parody of a bunch of different like 90s arcade games in minigame fashion. The majority of the game, it's like a really linear story, but the majority of it is just sort of exploration platforming. I think I've played like 5-6 hours of it, but it's a lot of fun. I've even heard it. I don't quite understand the comparison, but people call it like Earthbound with a British spin. It doesn't have an RPG element, so I don't understand quite that comparison. I think it's more so like the outlandish direction that the story goes more than anything.
Yeah, maybe the humor of it.
And that too.
Yeah.
There is a very dry humor to the butler because he's a British robot whose voice is in the same monotone most of the game.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like quirky elements that you pick up along the way, like different skills and stuff. I've really enjoyed playing it though.
Cool.
And it's a pretty cheap game if I remember. Like,
yeah, it looks cool looking.
you can get it like 50% off on most stores every now and again. I think, but at most you pay like maybe $15 for it.
Yeah.
On Switch. But really fun game if you're looking for another platformer that's not terribly expensive, but it's a pretty fully fleshed out game.
Cool.
I've really enjoyed it, and it's almost like the best way I could describe it is it's like sort of half puzzle, half platformer, like puzzle platformer dealy, because a lot of the platforming elements rely on sort of those non-conventional mechanics, like, oh, I need to jump high enough here so that I jump to the ceiling so I can walk on the ceiling to get around this part and walk around the walls and then jump back onto the floor to avoid obstacles. Sometimes it uses, like, in lack of a better way to explain it, 3D plane, like the Z axis instead of the XY axes to like escape stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started playing that a lot, and then I got the Oculus, and I haven't touched it since, but I need to pick it back up because it's a really fun game to just sort of sit back and play a platformer, and it's sort of that Super Nintendo era style, so I appreciate it too. And there's some really funny parodies. There's been like rhythm game parodies, some Space Harrier, like Sega. There was a parody of that at one point. There's apparently some like first-person shooter parody at some point. I haven't seen that yet.
Interesting.
But there's a lot more to the game
All right.
that I don't think I've even uncovered yet. So yeah, Horace, check it out.
That's really cool.
Cool.
So let's crack open our second beer. It's a.
Hold on.
She's got a real one.
I saved it.
It's Hit Beer.
It's
Alt beer.
Alt beer.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's an A. Okay.
It's auf German font.
Brewed all the way in the Bavarian land of Camphill, Pennsylvania.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is from our favorite brewery called Evergreen.
Do you want to say that without sounding like you're
Do you know
drowning?
Seamus?
This is our favorite beer from Everglade. It's
It'll
not.
be great.
I don't know what accent it is anymore.
It's Hitler. I mean, I don't know. Don't no. Sam, take that out.
Yeah, please take that out.
It's called Altbier.
Yeah, we are drinking alt beer.
Says
We're out now.
alt beer.
Alt beer.
It's a German beer like us. We're beer and German.
We're beer. I am the beer.
This is the worst podcast right now. Either way, it's yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a German style ale, is what it says.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
There's
Alt beer ale is specifically what they describe it.
there's a hops in the center of it with like a crest, like a lion's crest behind the hops, and then there's like two cranes or egrets or something on the sides of it. It's like a big
There's
It's Latin at the bottom, though.
as I say, is that Latin?
It says et frui fricus.
Et frui fricus.
I don't know.
I don't know. I know German. I don't know Latin.
I don't
So-
know either. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Well, I took 5-6 years of German class.
Either way,
So
I've been like, so I bought this beer and then I bought our third beer off the whim too, just because I'm getting a little, not a little sick, but like I'm getting a little sick of IPAs.
what?
What?
I know.
Bruh.
I know, right? I gotta check my bro self in the mirror or something.
Bro.
But I'm liking this beer. It's good. It's not bad.
I don't think it's mixing well with the mint from the previous beer for me.
Okay.
I think that first sip was not the right. I was like, well, this tastes nasty, but I think it's because of the mint that's still sitting in my mouth.
It's not the, I mean, it's a German beer. I don't know. Like maybe not.
I have determined that in English,
Et
the
frui
thing
fricus?
on it means and enjoy fricus.
Ah,
I'm frickin' enjoying it.
It says
Fricus.
frico in English, but I don't know that that's a word either. Maybe it means fresh.
enjoy freshly.
Yeah. I mean, it tastes like a red ale or a lager or something.
Let us know if you speak Attenlay.
Okay.
If you do, you're probably dead. It's a dead language.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that it means and enjoy fresh.
Yeah.
I would.
They might have fucked it up.
Well, I
Or
mean,
Google did.
I don't.
Or I did.
Anyway, I think they probably did fine. No, it's cool. It's very very Oktoberfest.
I was kind of getting that vibe too. Because I tend to bust out my regular old German style ales right around that time.
It's interesting that it's coming out now at this time of year. It's not a German beer time.
It's always German beer time.
Well, I mean, like,
I know what you mean.
yeah, it's usually those come out towards the fall, and this is out now. But that's fine. I'm cool with it. I'm down.
Yeah, I could pretty much. I think there's probably a significant portion of my family whose veins course with German style ales. So
Well,
this just sort of feels right.
This podcast now, the beer that we've drank is now me, 50-50, Irish German. So here we go.
Of course,
Nice.
I always
Me
say I'm
too.
German. I'm really more Pennsylvania Dutch. We've discussed this already.
Yeah, same.
Do we need to talk about green stuff again or any of that?
No.
No,
we're
we don't
good.
need to. We don't need to rehash those.
No, but let's talk about ourselves, though. Sam, let's start with you. Or us,
Well,
or
I was
whatever.
going to say, let's start with you because
Okay.
technically what I'm going to talk about has to do with something else you're working on.
Yeah. So I filmed a documentary, I don't know, 7-8 years ago that was really cool. I invited over 10 artists to come and paint an old farmhouse that I lived at when I moved back from Oregon to Pennsylvania. And they painted for 7 days straight. We had a gallery showing. A bunch of people showed up for it. and the house got demolished for new homes to be built on that land. So I filmed this. I had a bunch of like GoPros on the artists, a bunch of different cameras set up. It was a lot of fun. I've been holding on to that footage because I'm not the best editor. I mean, you guys know from older podcasts that I'm not the best editor. Like, thanks. But yeah, I mean, I got the podcast out. I was good at that. After Tony left, Tony was the editor. He wasn't good either. But like he wasn't. Like he learned himself and literally I had to hit him up after he left. Be like, bro, what am I doing? He's like, fucking YouTube it. And I'm like, all right. So I learned whatever. Then Sam came along and Sam hit me up at the best time ever and was like, I would love to edit your stuff. And I was like, cool. I appreciate that because I just love producing it and I love making the content. I'm not good at the finishing product of the contents. So either way, Sam,
That's the only part I'm good at. Is the end part.
you have a great voice though too.
Yeah, you know.
And I just sit here for the rest of it. I'm just the color
Kelly's-
commentary.
Yeah, Kelly's just good at what she does.
Sure.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I edit video like for a living. That's
Yes.
one of the things that I do all day. So Beau was mentioning I have this documentary and all this footage, and I've been trying to edit it. Would you like to take a look at it and see if you think it's something you can edit? So I watched the original cut that Beau did of this because I wasn't it for a college project.
Yeah.
The original
it was-
concept. Anyway.
It was in my last semester of college.
Right. So there is a cut of the documentary that it existed, and a whole lot more footage and interviews and just hours and hours of footage.
Yeah, lots.
And
It's probably overwhelming.
well, for a lot of people it would be, but for me, it's the kind of project that it's like this is something I could really, sink my teeth into. You don't often just get somebody that says, "Hey, I shot, 30
200
hours."
I would say
200 hours. I don't know
yeah.
how many it actually is.
I don't know. It's like almost two. No,
In
it's probably
a linear
1
fashion,
terabyte.
it's
Yeah.
probably it's a lot.
It's a lot of film.
But either way,
yeah.
you don't usually just get somebody that's like, I shot all this stuff and it tells a pretty interesting story, but I can't edit it. Usually I'd have to go do that myself. So it's a pretty cool opportunity for me to sit down and it's almost like a time capsule for you.
Yeah.
Because it is just enough. It doesn't saying it like it was 2014 doesn't make it seem as long ago. But then when you say it was 7 years ago, it sounds so much longer.
Yeah, definitely.
Like 2014 to me doesn't seem like a long time ago, but then 7 years ago sounds long. So it's an interesting time capsule, a little chunk in time. And to clarify, you knew that the house is being demolished.
Yes.
So people
Came and
painted
painted it,
as a
yeah.
temporary exhibit to street art.
Yeah, I asked the landlord when he gave me the 2 months notice. I was like, well, like after like a couple weeks, I like came up with this idea. Like, if it's going to get demolished, what if I can just paint the insides of it? Have a bunch of friends over, have a party, and record it and have fun with it. Does this work, landlord? And he's like, let me talk to the other people that I work with. And he never got back to me. And I was just like, we're doing this anyway. 'Cause
Right.
I talked to the artists and they're like, yes. Every artist I talked to was like, yes, I am down. And yes, I will be there. I was like, cool.
These are
Like-
the kind of artists that wouldn't have often asked for permission for their exhibits for the most part. Anyway,
Yeah, some
correct?
of them are graffiti artists and, others are, self-proclaimed artists that have shown from New York to San Francisco.
Okay.
And some like just started painting big things like this that day, when it happened. So, but they're all Central Pennsylvania artists when
Yeah.
it comes down to it. But yeah, it's a cool documentary, and I'm really excited that Sam, has my hard drive and is working on it.
Yeah, so right now we're still in pretty much preliminary stages on it, but hopefully later this year we have something to show.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just digging through. There's about uncut with each of the different artists. There's about 3.5 hours worth of interviews, just the interviews.
Wow.
And that's a big task to go through to really pare down to something we can
Yeah.
use. And then from there, it's really just a matter of really looking through all the footage and finding kind of that through line to
Yeah.
tell the story. And we discussed it a little bit. There might even be potentially like not necessarily an epilogue, but like a little bit more reflection, because you were the only one that never really got like a proper interview.
Yeah.
But I'll be curious once we pull that through line out of that story, what we can make of all the different kinds of responses we got. But probably the most compelling interview was when you went to, was it a nursing home?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you went and met the owner of the property,
Rayanne Black,
Rayanne. And she gives a fairly lengthy account of her experience at the house, which will tell a completely different story probably to what the interview from every one of the artists is going to tell. So I'm kind of curious to juxtapose the two and then find a way to layer in your experiences with the whole
I'm excited
situation.
for it all.
Yeah.
So thank you, Sam.
So what are we calling this project at this point?
Right now on YouTube, you can search it. The trailer of it, it's called What Remains hyphen VOL1, Volume 1.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and that said,
there's a 4-minute interview on YouTube, or a 4-minute like trailer clip on YouTube.
Right. That said, too, we are actively seeking some soundtrack participants.
Yeah.
If you think you have some music to contribute that you have no problem sharing in the creative process, meaning we can't really pay you for it, we would love to have your music be a part if we think it's a good fit.
Yeah.
So
watch the trailer.
Yeah,
and,
check out the
see if
trailer.
it's a
We'll
good
probably have
fit.
another trailer coming at some point, too.
Cool. Yeah.
So that's the thing I'm doing.
I love it. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you so much. One thing that I've wanted to share with everyone on Precisely's family's page, and
I was going to ask.
and just with everyone in general on my game page and everything. I shared it on my personal page, but I want to share it with you all. I got a new truck. No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I'm just so glad we could finally talk about it.
No, I didn't. My wife is pregnant.
Yay!
I'm going to be a dad.
Yeah.
And I am very excited for it. This is the best news I could possibly ever have in my life. So, yeah, I'm really embracing it. And, it's a shocker, but it's also what my wife and I wanted for the longest time. And I couldn't be happier that it's happening how it is. So,
One of us.
Yes, 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 yes.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
I love that. Freaks. So, yeah. We'll see what happens with Precisely. Not to say Precisely is going to die or anything, but it might slow down a little because we are all busy with things.
We are all busy with things.
As my kid sleeps at my house as we speak.
Sam, you're an amazing father for all the shit that you do.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you do it all, and you still have a less than a 1-year-old, right?
10 months old.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's amazing. So
And his name is Link,
his name is Link.
which was a coincidence.
And I was, I told Sam when we found out that Kayla was pregnant, I was like, I'm going to name my son Gannon. I was like, and I hope I might win.
They're going to be mortal enemies.
My God. Oh, I can't wait to watch this play out.
Yeah, we'll see. We're not going to name the son Gannon, and we don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. And Gannon's not really a girl name, so
It could be.
could be.
It totally
it could be. But we got the girl's name figured out,
Oh.
and we're not going to share it here.
Yeah, don't.
That's fine, don't
I
do
didn't
that.
tell anybody what
We're not.
Lincoln's name was
We're
going to
not
be
going
until
to
he
tell
was
my
born.
parents the names. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't either.
Yeah, we don't want any judgment.
I wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised.
That it's going to be Gannon.
Yes, but no, I wouldn't be surprised.
I will say,
very
I do
happy.
have a bib for Link that is like a Link outfit.
Yeah.
Complete with
I've
a
seen
cape
that. Yeah,
and the
yeah, yeah.
Triforce. And like,
cute.
so if Ganon does appear in the block,
Yeah. Be ready.
say if everything just goes dark mode
Yeah.
in our neighborhood,
Oh no.
that's awesome.
Yeah, the
I'm
moon's
happy for you
coming
guys.
down in 3 days, just so you know.
Shit, I'll just be over at my house like, God damn those
Yeah.
kids. Going at it again.
So yeah, either way, that's our exciting news. You know, baby's coming and everything.
When
but,
is baby coming?
supposedly at first it was going to be on our anniversary,
Wow.
actually,
Wow.
which is September 22nd, but it might actually be pushed a week before that
Yeah.
when we had the OBGYN appointment.
Uh-huh.
The baby was 13 weeks instead of 12 weeks
Okay.
with its size ratio.
Yeah.
So we might have been thinking a little later than what it actually is.
Been there. Except
Yeah.
the other way around.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, he's coming April 21st.
Yeah.
And on May the 4th, he was born.
Oh, really?
Yes,
That child just
Dang.
has
he's
a
a Star Wars
prophecy.
baby named
Yeah, he
Blake.
does.
It's just
right?
a prophecy.
He's just going to be a big ass nerd, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
I mean, that was pre-clandestine. Let's be real.
You're like, yeah, it's May the 3rd right now, but you're going to wait another day. Please.
Trust me. By midnight, the night before he was born, it's like, bro, you could have showed up like 3 days ago by now.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe it.
No, it's the best. Which no one understands until it's theirs, but
Yeah.
it is.
No, for sure. I can't wait. And I mean,
Until he throws broccoli all over your kitchen floor.
yeah, broccoli's not that bad to
It's not
clean
that
up,
bad.
though.
I'd take broccoli over like,
Is it like
sweet
butter,
potato or
is
something.
it buttery
No, it's just
broccoli
all
or something?
soft and like it all. He,
It's fine. It's not
he
greasy.
chews it all up.
Do you have a
before he-
dog?
No.
All
So
right,
you
well,
have
that's your
dogs, so
problem.
never mind.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah,
problem.
dogs fix everything.
Yeah. Cats don't.
Yeah. He learned it at my parents' house. They have a dog at their
Yeah.
house.
So yeah, exciting stuff at Precisely. But Kelly,
Oh, it's my turn.
what have you been up to?
That's your new theme song, by the way.
My new theme. And then I just appear out of like a mist.
It's time for Kelly's news.
Breaking.
Yes.
Breaking.
Live, local, late breaking.
Perfect. Thank you. All of that introduction was absolutely necessary.
I'm not done.
Are you done now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
have you been up to?
These poor people
Just
are
fucking tell us.
on the edge of their seats. What are you doing to the damn listeners? Sam, cut that out.
Oh, I'll definitely see it. A solid block
Yeah.
in the waveform.
Oh, I got a brick and mortar store. Thank you. That's the big news.
You got an actual store. You
I
got
fucking have keys. I
Full on
leased.
store.
you
leased
got
a building.
the Piper's Dream of all gamers. Is that what it's called?
The Piper's Dream.
A pipe dream.
A pipe dream. It's a
A
pipe,
pipe
dream.
dream. Where it's like, I play video games. I collect video games.
I would say that it feels like a pipe dream if you start out by just sort of trading to
Right.
get your stuff. But I would say it's more like, as far as
You
a
made
trader collector
Yeah.
for
It's
the purpose of selling.
It's a trajectory.
yeah, I'd say it's
Absolutely.
definitely an end goal kind
It's
of
a
thing.
trajectory. But if you would have asked me 5 years ago if this was my dream, I would have been like, oh, I don't know. I mean, like, I could do it, but like,
Yeah.
I don't think until I ruminated on it and really realized what buying and selling items was like, I don't think I realized how much I enjoyed it and how much I truly wanted to do it for a living.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, it's been an interesting journey that kind of brought me here, but here we are.
So tell us about it.
Yes. So, about 2 weeks ago, I have, for the last couple of months since I left my 9 to 5, I've been looking at retail locations, just like looking. I would just drive the long way home through different towns and just look to see if there were buildings for rent, and call numbers and go on websites and look at places and be like, oh, that's too expensive, or this isn't right, or, whatever. It just wasn't a fit. And then I saw this one and I reached out and I went and saw it, and I was like, this is it. This is everything that I wanted. And it was a perfect location. It just, all the pieces fell together on it. And I've been moving my stuff in this month, and I'm looking to open early April.
It's an awesome spot, too, as a townie of the town that Kelly's shop is going into myself. Because I've been local to like New Cumberland, Camp Hill, Lemoyne, where we're all doing this show my entire life. So it's a really cool spot in New Cumberland. And it's an awesome store because there's never really been anything like that down there.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And when I did this, I was like, this is what I want. This is what I want.
Yeah.
This is the first time I made a decision based on me, and I didn't really take into account, I did, but I didn't take into account how it would affect others around me. But I had so many positive responses, total strangers reaching out to me on the internet, other local business owners. This is an amazing idea. There's nothing like this here. There has been nothing like this here. I'm so excited for this to open. People have just come up to the door while I'm working and knock on the door and just be like, I'm so excited for this. And
yes.
There's just a whole ton of outpouring of support from these random humans that I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And you're hitting it in stride, too. It's a good time in the town.
Yes.
It's on an upswing as far as revitalization goes in
It's
the
huge.
downtown area down there.
I joined the business association recently,
Good.
and I've gotten in with some of the business owners and people around there, and I've heard about some of the upcoming plans of things and things that are going to be moving in.
Say,
it's gonna be
especially
good.
Even that nonprofit theater organization.
Yep, they're going to have that done by the end of the year.
Bringing back the West Shore Theater.
Yep, they're going to have events. It's going to be good.
Say, a friend of mine runs Funtastic Skate and Snow down there.
Yeah.
That's a good shop.
Is that still open?
Yeah, that's still open. He has a couple locations still. Shout out to Aaron. He's awesome guy. But
it's a rad spot.
It's a cool opportunity
Yeah,
from my perspective.
So where you're located is New Cumberland, Pennsylvania. What street is it?
It's on Market Street. So, and this is something that I didn't think about until one of the local business owners told me, but it's really a central location because it's 5 minutes off the turnpike. It's 5 minutes off of 81. It's 5 minutes off of 83.
Yeah.
You're just hopping right off the highway and you're right there. It's really a
it's
central
right
spot,
there, yeah.
but it's in such a quaint little historic section.
Yes.
That's very, I don't want to say touristy, but very...
It's not
It's not touristy.
New Cumberland is not a touristy area.
But it's definitely an attraction spot.
But it's an area that even me, being a Lemoyne resident, likes to go to New Cumberland.
Right.
Which is literally right next to me. But it's a place that I like to visit to hit up 3 different places when I go.
Yeah, it's
so to me it's a touristy spot
it's an
because
attraction.
I'm going to more than just one place.
Yeah, it's an attraction. It's drawing in specific people. There are very specific shops there that have very specific clientele that's almost I would say almost like a gift shop kind of thing. Things
but
like that.
But also beer influence and liquor influence
There's
too.
a distillery right there.
Right there is Dead Lightning Distillery.
Delicious restaurants all around.
May I say the best location of Nito Burrito?
Absolutely, the best.
I've never been to that one actually.
Dude,
with the mural painted by Stephen Haas.
Yeah,
looks
Stephen
great.
Haas is my boy.
Yeah, looks
Love
great.
Stephen and his hometown general area. He got to paint that mural on a 60-foot wide building down there in downtown.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge mural,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. It's bright, and it just pops it just brings color to the whole town. And
Right.
It's beautiful.
Say, I used to live maybe, I want to say 4 blocks from there. I lived up on Bridge Street off of 7th.
Yeah.
And it's a fun place to be.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, it's just people are just just people who live there or people who are visiting there, just are walking around.
Pleasant. Yeah.
There's just people just out on the street, just like walking through the town.
Yeah.
There's plenty of stuff to like see, plenty of shops to go to. Like I said, restaurants. We got the distillery. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be opening up soon. So it's really a pretty easy trip, and there's definitely
One of my
fun
favorite
stuff.
dive bars is Fratelli's right next to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things, and I definitely want to
So
go.
good. I mean, they don't. Their beer selection is very minimum.
But it's a dive bar,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to go.
But
Because
if
I
you,
want to go to the
yeah,
dive bar.
I mean, if you want like good bar food, honestly, if you want really good pasta, it's Italian owned, and they make legitimate pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a pizza
But
place.
if you want like chicken fingers, they'll
Yeah,
do that.
there's a pizza place right next door to me. It's fantastic. I just had the pizza the other night. It was so good.
Villa Roma.
So
Yeah.
good. So good.
But yeah, tell us about your spot. Like you have a big window, a
Mm-hmm.
big open room. I went there the other day. I've been there at least twice, probably.
Did you go there twice? I thought you
I
were
don't
there
know.
once.
Maybe just once. I don't know. I feel like I've been there twice.
I mean, you're always welcome to come back.
I know. I'm gonna help Thursday bringing over shows.
Yeah.
My name's Seamus. Short legs.
Seamus Short Legs going to be dropping a picture. Oh my god.
Boomer did not like that
He
noise.
did not. He
I was wondering where Boomer was. Cool.
All right, so I'll tell you about it.
Yes.
It's so the building actually that I'm in it's connected. There's like a laundromat, the pizza shop, and a salon, and me. As far as retail spots in the bottom half, and then there's apartments above. This building actually was built in the 1800s, 1860s, I think it was.
Okay.
There's actually a historical plaque on the front of my building that says one of our previous governors lived here. So that's cool. I am kind of a history buff, so I want to do some research and kind of like make a little homage to him in the shop. Like here, if you saw the plaque out front, here's what this dude is and what he did.
Retro and rad and gubernatorial.
Yes.
Yeah, is he a good guy though?
I don't know. I didn't
All
look
right.
into any of
I'd
it
make
yet.
sure that he is.
No, but I just want to like acknowledge like he was a
Yeah.
governor of Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
lived
yeah.
here.
William Penn lived here.
William Penn himself
Mm-hmm.
built the building.
Shakespeare.
Yes, William Shakespeare also
same
lived
thing.
here. Yeah. So no,
Same
but
one, right?
it's cool in that aspect that it literally has a historical tie to it. So for me, that was another big selling point is that I am selling things from a quote unquote bygone era. But like to be able to look back and say like this building does have history.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I'm selling history in it kind of thing.
So tell us about what you are actually selling in the store. What's the name of the store?
Oh, so it's going to be retro and rad. It's still my same name.
The name is Retro and Rad.
Yep. Everything's going to be the same. Branding's the same. Everything's the same. I'm just expanding. So here I'm going to have... I'm kind of framing it as like 80s and 90s nostalgia, video games, toys. I'm going to do some like Funko Pops and stuff like that like collectibles that people like in little spurts and stuff like that have to do with like pop culture of those eras.
Yeah.
So kind of just covering all of my bases with that. But it's going to be, I would say like if you have been or if you followed my antique store page, it's the same. I'm still keeping that, but I had kind of kept it pre-millennium there. As far as video games, I tried to keep it mostly like I didn't really pass PlayStation 1.
Okay.
Is what I kind of drew my own line there. And
Yeah.
I had all these other games and stuff, but I didn't put them in there. But here I'm just kind of expanding it to all video games because technically PlayStation 2 is retro.
We need a retro video game store in our area.
Right.
We don't have one anymore.
One that actually stays open more than 4 hours a week, too.
Which one was that?
Save Point.
Yeah.
I never even went to that. I went to it when
Because they were never open.
Well,
Yeah, they were never open. Well,
that and then Just Press Play closed.
no, Play and Trade.
Play
Yeah,
moved.
Play and Trade.
Play and
They
Trade
moved.
moved.
They're not closed. They moved. They're at the
Well-
old GameStop.
Just so
Yep.
you know, that van's still out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
it's
I've,
got flat tires.
yeah. I was gonna say
saw
I've
that.
made that joke probably
Gettysburg
7
Road over
times. Yeah, it's just chilling. I was like, that thing's been moved for
Yeah,
months.
Play and Trade moved out to the Hamden Commons.
where the old GameStop was.
If you want to buy that van and throw it retro and rad,
I don't want to buy the van with like 4 flat tires.
Say it's like $800 just to get new tires on it.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I could just get it towed for you.
Okay.
Like probably for $75.
Okay. Okay.
We could just go tow it.
We could just take the van tonight, right now.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying buy the van.
I understand.
Keep the
what you're
Zelda
saying.
stickers. And
I
Mario
understand what
stickers
you're
on it.
saying. I understand
Throw
what you're
a
saying.
little retro and
I
rad
understand
sticker
what you're
on
saying.
it. They're like throwing up retro and rad.
Yeah.
For people that have no idea what the hell we're talking about,
Sorry.
Pretty much.
there's this van next to the side of the road
Yes.
on this road near us for a video game store that moved, but they never bothered to move their van.
It's been sitting
Yes.
there for like 6 months.
It's
easy.
like an advertisement van.
Well, it would be the van they would go like travel to an event in.
I was going to ask,
but
did
they
they ever
have-
use that van? Because I never
no,
saw it
they
move.
just have it parked at the end of the parking lot that's closest to the road, so people see it and they're like, "Oh, Zelda! Oh, Mario! Oh, that dude from Metal Gear Solid!"
And then
you
they
know,
pull in now, and
solid
all they
steak.
all they have is
well,
Aldi.
yeah.
69. Nice.
Nice. Well, now they pull in, and all they have is Aldi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
because
just
it's all Aldi now.
Yeah, I mean, like they're gonna pull in expecting Zelda, and it's just Aldi,
And
then they're
Aldi is a
severely
grocery
disappointed.
store. It's discounted grocery store.
I'm scanning the pizzas in Aldi, and I'm thinking I bought an Atari 7800 in this spot.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, jeez. Anyway,
I hope you didn't.
No, I didn't. I bought a power supply for one there, though.
Ugh. Either way,
Why not?
why would you?
This was like 12 years ago.
Okay.
it was the only
had
game
nothing
in
better
town.
to do.
Yeah.
Wait, that store was open 12,
Oh, yeah.
12 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while
Dang.
ago. I don't know if it was 12, but it was like
It's part of a
decade
franchise. It's not a locally owned store. I mean, it's locally owned, but it's part of
ago.
a
Locally
franchise.
franchised.
Yeah, it's not a homegrown business. Anyway,
It doesn't have sweet GameStop stonks, though.
Yeah.
but it is in the old GameStop.
Yes, it is.
So, but yeah, so that's I mean, like besides that, that's really the only thing that was around here. But the market that I'm hitting that's not here at all is the toy market, and
Yes.
that's huge because there's nobody. There's nobody for that. You can go to antique malls all day, but you're gonna find like maybe 5 toys, like maybe one He-Man or whatever. But you're not gonna find a wall of He-Man or something in any of those spots.
And people are buying toys.
right? People are buying toys.
Well, and especially from New Cumberland, you got to drive 20 minutes to get to any of those antique places. Like you're either going out towards like Lewisberry, you're going down to York, or you're going like my way towards Carlisle, where I work.
Carlisle, Hershey.
Yeah, like there's no like market for that right in that general area.
I mean
so.
the Lemoyne one, but other than
That's
that,
true. Yeah,
other
sorry,
than
I
that,
forget
there's
about that one.
nothing.
There's not toys. though.
There's
I was
not.
gonna say,
No,
they
they
don't
don't
really
have
have toys
toys
in there.
No, they're very strictly antiques.
I bought some sweet Craftsman tools in there once, though.
Nice.
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 So, you just got the store. You just signed papers. You got the key. What are you dealing with right now in your head?
I'm going to Disney. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the question. No. What am I dealing with in my head? Oh my God. Why
Yeah.
would you ask that? You don't
Well,
want to know.
not like- all right, not like that, but like
And how does that make you feel?
Okay, this
Yeah.
therapy session is getting recorded.
it's not that. Like what's next steps? Like what have you realized that you needed to do?
A lot.
What haven't you done that you still need
A
to
lot.
do?
The thing is about this, when I think I get what you're saying. When I signed the lease and I got the keys, I thought all I got to do is move my shit in, put it on stuff, and we're done. I mean, like, essentially that's what I thought. But then I realized as I started doing this, like, there are things that you don't think about
Yeah.
that you need to do when it comes to owning a business, outside of like legal things. It's like, who's going to buy the toilet paper for the bathroom? Oh, that's me. Oh, you have to buy a register.
Yep.
You have to
I
have
saw
to
your
put
story today. You bought a register, but
Oh my
there's
God,
no there's no like coin area.
Okay, so yeah, I had like Murphy's Law just like happening this week because I said out loud, I said, "Oh, I need everything to go right this week so I can decide on an opening date," and that was my problem. I said it. I spoke it to the universe, and it did not. So I have a register, like I have a physical register. I bought a square register, but I bought a cash drawer last night at Staples after I was done.
Yeah.
I drove over to Staples, picked one up real quick, and I brought it over today, and I opened the box up. I took it out of the packaging. I popped open the drawer. And there was no cash drawer. It was just the cash
Just the
drawer,
box.
no tray, no coin slots, nothing. And I was like,
What are you going to do with that?
how the fuck did this pass QA? Like, who?
Oh, so it's supposed to have it.
It was supposed to have it.
It was in the picture.
It was
Ew.
supposed to have it. It was
Someone
supposed-
returned it without the cash register.
I don't know. It was still in the wrapping and everything when I took it out. So, like, I think somebody just messed up at Honeywell. But yeah, no, like there's things like that, like, you know, it was just like little things that you don't like. Exit signs. There was exit signs the other day. I wasn't thinking about that, but you got to buy an exit sign and put it above your door because legal
Fire
reasons.
code,
Yeah, and fire
Yeah.
code. Things like that. They're just like you don't think about these things until you're like, oh yeah, like I have a running list on my phone of just like dumb shit that I didn't think about.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to pick it up at Target next time I go because I need it for there. Like,
Yeah, it sucks.
How about like signage for the outside of the store and stuff like that?
so
too?
I am working on that actually. I had to submit a permit application to do that with the borough. So that's another
know they're
legal thing
picky.
that I had to. Yeah, I've been like navigating a lot of bureaucratic crap. But
the Oldie Town Association.
yeah. But I have a lighted sign out front above the window. So I am working with a guy who my husband owns this like sign place.
Yeah.
And they're doing a sign for me, and then I'm going to get a vinyl decal on my door.
Awesome.
So I'll have signage there. But that's another thing that's like in the works, but I don't necessarily need that to open kind of thing. So I haven't been pushing that as hard. I've been like, it's hard to prioritize everything when everything's a priority.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at in all of it is like, yeah, I have to do all of this stuff, but I kind of have to prioritize like what can I do to open at this point.
Yeah. I feel like once you actually have everything set up and opened, you can still have stuff in your back area that then you can like on downtime or no one's in there, you can be like, all right, let me search up prices or let me test stuff.
There's
or,
a lot of things that I'll be able to do once I get the door open.
And you're going to be buying and selling stuff all the time.
Right, exactly.
Buying especially or doing trade credit or whatever, right?
Right. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to log trade credit yet. That's the one thing I'm trying to
I would
figure
just
out.
add like an extra 5 or 10%, right?
Yeah, but no, I have to like log each person's
Having an
credential.
inventory of that, like being
You know?
being able
Scott
to
can
catch
do
them
that
back
for
out.
you.
Well, I just haven't looked into my POS system yet.
Say you
like-
just need like loyalty program. I've
Right,
done
I
stuff
just
like
have
that
to figure
before.
out how that's
Yeah.
going to work. So there's a lot, like there's stuff like, and this week I'm waiting on my internet to go in. I still don't have internet. That's going in this week. So until I do that, I'm waiting on that for setting up the register, setting up my security system, things like that. You know, they're big things, but I can't do it until the internet's in.
Yeah.
Well, I guess something maybe a little different than your American Daydream location is actually accepting like not necessarily consignment, but like is that a goal of this store? Versus like, do you do that in your antique shop location?
So they don't really. There's only a few people like they know that they've done consignment with, but it's just mostly vendor based. So they'll like outright buy stuff from people for sure,
Right.
but they don't really consign.
Yeah.
And that's not really my goal. I have a couple of people who I know that have like small businesses themselves, like a side hustle.
So you're not
you
just
know?
looking to take in people's
Yeah.
stuff. It's more your curated.
No, I'd be
Yeah.
there. I'd be there all day if she was looking for that. I
Right,
know she's
yeah.
not looking for
Right.
that.
Right. I'm not necessarily being like, "Hey, Beau, I know you sell games. Why don't
Yeah.
you bring your games over and I'll take a fee
No,
and
this
then
is her thing.
this is going to be
Yeah.
Well, and I
me."
guess I consignment's probably the wrong word, but like, will you?
Buy stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know we were talking about
As
like,
soon as she got
store
the keys,
credit,
I was like, "Hey, I got some video games and
He
shit."
dropped off like
which is
two
a
huge
slightly
boxes
different
of
model
shit.
than what you were
Just
doing
got them.
previously.
No,
was what
I
meant.
dropped off 2 big boxes. I was like, "Take your time, look through it, tell me what you want." Like, which we probably shouldn't have done. I should have been like, "Give me a fucking price right now." But
I didn't want to take too long. I felt bad like taking like 2 days to get back to you.
I almost hit you up, being like, "What's going on?"
I just got so fucking busy.
I know. I mean, obviously you're so busy, and
Right.
that's also why I was like, I should have just said something like, "Just give me a price. Let's get to a
Give me
price
a
right
price
now."
right now.
In the sense, because you are so busy right now, you know. But I'm glad that you literally got to me at the right time where I was like, cool, and it was the right price that I wanted. So I dropped off like an Xbox 360 with controllers, headphones, and like 37 games.
There's a bunch of games, yeah.
Like a shit ton of games, but they're all like Xbox 360 games, you know? So they're all like first person shooters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But all like random stuff. And then like a SNES, a Nintendo, a bunch of Nintendo games, some PS1 titles, bunch of stuff. But like we got to a price that I wanted, you know, like I was happy with that.
Yeah.
So it was good because I wanted to help her out. I also wanted to help my closet out, which is getting way too overcrowded with shit.
Great.
So I was just like, let me just clear some shit out that I don't want to list right now, you know, and just see what can help Kelly out with stocking her shelves and stuff.
Right. Yeah, that was a big help.
Yeah.
Like with the like first 2 days I got in there, it was like you, and then I got like 2 other like big lots of stuff that I had like found, and I was just like trying to like piece through all that. And I was like, all right, I'm doing Beau's first because I need to get him, like, I need to pay him. But, like, I finally today just got done, like, cleaning up everything. And, like, from
I
like,
saw
3
the
lots.
Super Nintendo that I brought you, which was, like, my original Super Nintendo.
Oh.
But she cleaned it up. Mm-hmm. It's like a brand new Super Nintendo. It looks like a brand new Super Nintendo. Mine, I mean, it looked a little old in a sense.
But not your like yellowed Super Nintendo.
It would have been a little yellow.
It was, I think, at the bottom half was yellowed a little bit. But
okay.
Yeah, no, it cleaned up pretty well. Like, most of the stuff that he brought in was pretty, like, it's just, I needed some shelf warmers, you know? I don't want to open up and look like, oh, you don't have any, you know, you got a bunch of toys, but you don't have enough games. Like, I felt like I was kind of lacking because I was selling so many online. I was lacking in the game department. And, I kind of wanted to buff that up a little bit, and I definitely have enough now. I just need to work through testing a lot of it and getting some prices on it in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
And
so you're going to put stickers on everything? Mm-hmm. All right, good.
Yeah.
What do you have in mind on bringing in customers or like bringing in clientele and like keeping them there? Like maybe events or something like that. Do you have anything in mind on that? My original goal before I even signed the lease to this place was whatever I end up doing, wherever I end up with, you know, if I end up with a shop, my goal was to use that as a way to give back to my community first and foremost. So yes, it's profitable, but I also want to use that as a platform to share these hobbies with everybody in the area, because there is not really a place to do that here. Yeah.
And I want to be able to open my shop and share that with people when we're safe and allowed. I want to be able to host game nights, be that, you know, I don't know, Magic the Gathering tournament, D&D night, Smash Brothers, you know, whatever, like you name it. I kind of want to just be like, hey, I got a spot. You know, I want to hold a swap meet. You know, if you want to come in and trade Pokemon cards, I don't care. Like, I don't have Pokemon cards, but use my space to do that.
Live Precisely podcasts.
We could be like Kevin Smith. That's what my friend said. He was like,
I'm not even kidding. That'd be a fun idea.
We could do this podcast at the shop.
Say, have some friends over for like a game night, but do a live podcast.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That could be awesome.
Yeah, like I just want to be able to provide a safe space to come to as somebody who's in the toy collecting hobby, video game collecting hobby, trading card game, board game. I don't care what you do. It all kind of falls under the same wheelhouse. And I want to be able to provide that space for people to come to and be like, yeah, this is a cool place to hang.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I want. I want to be able to open that up and keep people coming in with that too. Also, just my beautiful personality and all that.
Beautiful.
Customer service.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
So you're keeping your other storefront, your other stand.
Mm-hmm.
Which
the daydream will continue.
Yeah, the daydream continues. Yeah, absolutely. It's too good there. I told the owner, I said, when I told him about this, he's like, well, what's your plan? And I said, well, you're going to have to pry me out of there when I'm cold and dead in the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you have a great location there.
I love it there. I love
good marketing
I love
for your
the
other
vendors.
locations, too.
Yeah, I love the vendors, the owners. We're like family now. Like, it's just a great spot to be. I'm really thankful that I started there, and they gave me so much to grow off of.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you have a huge window at this new spot. What
Dude.
are you showcasing in the window right now?
Currently, I just kind of threw a smattering in there right now. I kind of wanted to showcase while I'm setting up what it is, because I'm sure people are walking by, they see the logo, and they're like, I don't know what that is, because it doesn't really say anything.
Yeah, retro and rad.
I
What's
gotta
Okay,
drive
well,
down
what it's
past
gonna be.
there. It's been a couple weeks since I've been down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to
So
go buy
I-
beer over there.
Yeah. So I threw in a bunch of like nostalgic stuff. There's like a Care Bear in there. There's like some Ghostbusters. I got Castle Grayskull. I've got a Nintendo. I don't know what else. I
Are
got
there
like
any Nickelodeon boomboxes?
Not in there. Not yet. I might move it over there. I thought
You
about
have
it.
a prison CRT.
I do.
TV.
I found this.
Oh, like the
Where
clear
did you
ones.
get that? Yes. Where did you get
Okay,
it?
so
It's not like we're far from the prison or anything.
No, my friend and I went down to a toy show in Greencastle, and on the way back we stopped in Carlisle. We stopped at Grand Illusion, got some grub, got some cider. It's delicious, and we stopped at a couple of antique malls in town. And we were walking through, and I saw this prison TV. And
Which one was it at?
the one? Like I think it's the Carlisle Antique Mall, the one that's
Yeah,
like
like
right there.
in town.
Right
Yep.
there, yeah.
there on
How much was
North
it?
Hanover Street.
50, I think. Dang. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, like it was
They're so weird.
It was a right on the money
So
price, but
good,
it was.
yeah.
I always low key wanted a prison TV just because they were so cool. But the one that I had gotten originally that I thought like would fit in a window was not going to fit there.
Yeah.
It was too big, and so this one was the right size. And I just saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
For all of you that are nostalgic for your time in prison.
But like,
Yes.
it's kind of
No,
got that
it's
90s
so
vibe,
cool.
you know, like
it's
they
like
had
that
those
see-through vibe.
the
yeah.
see-through
Yeah,
phones
the
and
fantastic-
everything.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
that it's like
Yeah.
that's such
All
a
the
like
pagers.
90s art style.
Yeah, everything was see-through. You could
Yep.
see all the electronics. So that's I threw that in the window, and I have a VCR I got from my friend, and one of my fellow vendors, her fiance makes VHS tapes. He takes media
Yeah.
from like free media, and he takes it and he compiles it. So he made a tape that was like, I don't remember. I think he calls it Time Machine 1990s or something.
Okay.
And he compiles 6 hours of free footage and throws it on a VHS tape.
That's awesome.
What is free footage
So it's
of
like
the 90s?
it's like
found
commercials,
footage kinds of things. Yeah.
commercials. Like he has like the Ninja Turtles on Oprah interview on there,
Dope.
like some intros to like sitcoms and stuff. Like it's just
Perfect.
90s, and it's
This is what he does?
for fun. Yes.
Say I follow
That's
a whole
amazing.
I follow a
Yeah.
whole website. It's like a torrent sharing website, but it's all like lost and found kinds of VHS
Yeah.
media.
Right.
It's called My Spleen, and it's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like TV broadcasts that only
Yeah.
went once, commercials that somebody randomly had archived.
Right.
That kind of stuff
When
is
I-
so much fun.
Yeah, when I auctioned off a bunch of VHS tapes, people were more interested in the home videos that I had in those lots. They're like, what's in this? You know, like
Right.
what did you record? Is it home videos or is it like a TV show with
like
commercials?
taped off
Right.
TV. That's what
Right.
people
That's
are
what
That's
looking
what
people
for.
people want. And I'm like, shit.
They're
Yeah.
gonna find that
I
lost
didn't-
Doctor Who
I didn't
episode.
even,
or
yeah, I
something.
didn't realize this.
Yeah. It's crazy, but like it was the perfect thing because my envisionment of the window was to have a TV with like
That's
some sort
running.
of 90s, 80s
Yeah.
cartoons, stuff like that running to draw people in.
It's awesome.
And that's exactly what it is. It's 6
Yeah.
hours of footage I can just leave run, and people can walk up and be like, oh, I remember that commercial or whatever. And like people have been walking by, and there are kids and parents, and they're like pointing at things, and people are smiling, and you're like, that's exactly what I wanted. Like I just wanted people to be like, hey, I remember that, or I had that as a kid, and this was what I did, and like whatever. Like that's all I really want to come from this. Like if you can walk in and you get a good memory out of it, that's pretty good. So
That's awesome.
that's currently what's in the window, but I plan on changing it, you know, with time and holidays and things like that.
Yeah.
So
So what are the struggles of it?
The struggles. I think the struggles is just that there's only one me.
Yeah.
And there's only 24 hours in a day, and you have to sleep and eat and things like that.
And you're not bringing in money right now.
Well, no, not. I mean, I am bringing in money
but,
passively, but I'm not
The store
actively
itself
bringing in
isn't,
money.
yeah.
Yes. So, but that, I mean, that's the one thing that's like, I know this month I'm not going to make enough sales on eBay because I'm not actively listing, or maybe my sales will dip at Daydream because I'm moving stuff around. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
So what else, like what other things do you need to do before you open?
Mainly a lot of the stuff that I'm trying to decide an opening date by the end of this week, just to get it out there for, first of all, publicity's sake.
Yeah.
But it's kind of all riding on if the internet goes inappropriately this week and I don't get any hitches in that.
Mm-hmm.
And then these displays that you're going to help me move, we kind of had to amend our original idea because, like I said, this building is so old. We were initially going to mount some things on the walls, but the walls are like horsehair plaster, so there's like no studs on the one side. So we kind of had to amend it, and we have to create these bases, which is what you're going to help us move, just to make sure that they fit over there. But like making sure that the bases are good and everything's good from that, and we can start mounting the slat wall. So it's kind of like if the bases are fine and if the internet goes in fine, then I can determine a date from the end of this week. But it's all kind of riding on that right now, which is stressful because A, the internet is out of my hands, and B,
are they giving you some shit with the internet? Like, are they like being like,
No, but it's an old building, and I don't feel like I can concretely like be like, this uninstall is going to go perfect. Like, I just feel like there could potentially be a hitch somewhere. They run into some sort of snag,
Sure.
That's why I'm like, as long as that gets in fine, that is going to be huge for me, because obviously you can't run your point of sales.
I mean, my job actually took like almost a year for us to get internet at our new location.
Oh, wow.
Which was like the hardest part, for us to be like, okay, like they just bought a $500,000 fucking warehouse.
Right, yeah.
But we can't get internet there for whatever reason.
For me, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Like I said, there are apartments above me, so there's already lines.
I'm gonna have to imagine that a business that was maybe there prior had something.
The other thing, so the one thing about this place is that it's been sitting vacant for a little while because there was a book. What I was told is there was a bookshop there for like 60 years, run by like a husband.
60.
Yeah, like a husband and wife team.
I kind of remember.
And then the husband passed away. The wife sold the business, and they ended the lease. So when they did that, the property, I guess they probably tried to lease it again, but it didn't go well. So somebody
moved in for like a few months, I think.
They started, so then they put money into renovating. So they completely renovated. They did the flooring, they painted everything. It looks nice.
Yeah.
And then after that was finished, COVID hit. Nobody was opening a small business, so it sat vacant essentially another year. Yeah. And then I came along. So this place has been empty for a little while. So I don't know the last time internet was run in there, or if it was run in there, So that's the other thing is like, I just don't know what I'm getting into with that. Yeah. So I kind of have to be like, fingers crossed, everything goes fine. But yeah. I mean, it'll get in eventually. It just like, is it going to take a day or is it going to take 3 days?
Yeah, for sure.
So I just need to make sure that I can account for that time.
For sure. Well, I'm very excited for Retro and Rad and to see what comes of it.
I'm excited too. I'm really excited. Right now it feels like a lot because it is a lot. And I'm just like, I keep saying I'm just one human, and everybody is like really kind and they're all very supportive and they're like, how can I help? And I appreciate all that. And I will call on that help. But like right now it's been like, you need to fill out these forms. You need to take care of this because this is under your name. So it's a lot of like me things that I had to do to like line everything up.
Yeah.
So it all worked out. Like
Yeah.
that's, so once we get over a couple humps, we should be good. And we can start doing the fun things like, you know, moving the inventory and that kind of stuff and setting an opening date.
Having Smash Brother tournaments.
Yeah, dude, the business association's gonna do a ribbon cutting.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Dude.
With the mayor?
I don't know.
Mayor Doug.
They said they're gonna do a ribbon cutting for me though.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's gonna be fish.
Good.
Let me get some big scissors.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Real stoked.
So, since it's St. Paddy's Day, we're so happy for you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Let's talk about our luckiest of pickups or video game related luck or just luck in general. Sam, you want to start us off?
Mine's kind of a quick one, but I think the luckiest like pickup related thing, more the opposite, was luck as far as selling things went. I think the luckiest I ever got was a time where I was switching from having like all flash cart like retro consoles to the Retron like emulation system.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to list all my flash carts on eBay, and at the same time, I didn't realize that flash carts were like impossible to find. Like they weren't being manufactured at the moment. So I listed it on eBay and I was just like, I figured I paid like $100 for this. Like if I get somewhere close to that, I'll be happy. So I was just like, I'll start the bidding at $5 and just see how it climbs from there. Not knowing the market for this stuff at the time. And I think the Super Nintendo flash cart that I sold that time sold somewhere in excess of like $600 or $700 because it was that high in demand. And like,
oh my God.
yeah, like I didn't have any clue that it was like, I wasn't like into like trading or selling or anything like that, but it had to be probably the luckiest thing I've ever tried to sell of like my retro video game collection.
Wow.
Hands down.
Hell yeah.
That's lucky.
But that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, I was thinking about this too, and it would be just like picking up the majority of the kiosks that I own, which are my favorite things that I do own in my collection are my kiosks. But most of them I found from luck in the sense, and I got at a very lucky price. What kicked it off was I bought a PS2 kiosk that I found on eBay, and that one I probably paid the most, relatively to what it is. But after that, I got the kiosk hunt in my eyes, and I just wanted more kiosks. And I started talking to people, and J Bam Official from Team One Up 'em, who started Team One Up 'em, he got in contact with me, and he was like, "Hey, I got a Wii U kiosk, I got an Xbox kiosk, he probably like mentioned another kiosk too, but it's like I want the Wii U, and I want the Xbox kiosk." And he's like, "What do you got?" And I was just like, "I got a bunch of shit." He's like, "I'll take whatever you got. Let's just trade it out for price, And I'm like, okay, cool. So at the time, I had like 7 PS2, 6 PS1 systems, bunch of games, a bunch of like weird shit. Bunch of fucking Nintendo Power magazines that are probably worth so much goddamn money right now.
I think about that all the time, actually, now.
I'm so sorry. I mean, I do too. Like you sold them all to me for $1 a piece, I think.
Yeah. Because you just took the lot and
I was like, I'll take them all for $100.
Yeah.
And I think they were like 110 or something. And then I sold them to Jay for $200. Essentially, I was like, I want $2 a piece.
Right.
Either way, yeah. Now they're all worth like $1,800.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah, it's fine. I actually asked him about like recently. I saw that there was a certain Pokemon card in one of them. And I was like,
I don't think it was in there.
no, I asked them.
I don't think any of them had any of their inserts or anything. Which is
they all had their posters, I believe.
I don't think they all had their posters.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Probably not. But I was like, hey, make sure you don't have this card or you have this card because this card's worth like $700. And he's like, I don't have this card. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad you checked. He did check.
That's good.
But yeah, like all the kiosks, very lucky to acquire. Like even before that, I acquired a World of Nintendo cabinet that I found on Craigslist that I traded Jay for my Dreamcast kiosk, which I absolutely love. Besides that, I mean, just everything. Like, I don't know. Like a lot of my collection is luck. A lot of my like favorite pieces that I have, I won from actually gambling, which is all luck based with raffles. I'm looking down here. There's that Pikachu, a Pikachu 3DS that is rated at like a 9.0 on VGA or something. It's like sealed and everything. I won that for $30. So it's all lucky. But like that, like I looked it up. Someone has it on eBay right now for $1,500. Like the same thing, same VGA rating and all that. But yeah, I mean, video game collecting is lucky when you're doing raffles and just talking to people and like getting good deals. Like I just picked up a huge Wonder Swan lot where I was like hesitant to ask a guy like, how much do you want for it all, or whatever. He's like, I'm selling my Wonder Swan crystal. I'm like, okay, cool. How much? And he's like, $90. I'm like, oh, that's a good deal. Like, sure, I'll get that. And he's like, I'm selling a few RPG games too. I'm like, show me which ones. And he like showed me a picture of 12 of them. And I was like, okay, that's a lot of games. And they all look good, like good quality games. And they're all complete in box. And I asked him, I'm like, hesitant to ask you this, but how much for everything? And he's like, well, I wanted $200 for everything with the crystal actual Wonder Swan plus these games, but I'll do them all for $160. Like the 12 games plus the Wonder Swan for $160. And I'm like, here's $160. Like right away, here's my money. Take it. And then I got it in the mail and I threw him an extra $20. I was like, thank you. Like, I didn't think you were going to send it to me. Like, I showed you, Kelly, right away. I was like, I think I'm going to get scammed.
Yeah. He said, look at this. I think I'm getting scammed, but I paid anyway.
Yeah. Because it's worth it.
And then he was like, also, do you want my other Wonder Swan?
Yeah. But you got a good Wonder Swan for,
no, I do.
for a
but
decent
I don't
price.
have a game yet.
I'll give you a game tonight.
Oh, you don't do that.
We'll see. But, either way, like, I mean, we all get lucky, when it comes to video game pickups and stuff.
I agree.
How about you?
I was thinking on this for a while, and it's hard to just narrow down, like, the luckiest pickup ever, because I feel like I get lucky with a lot of them. But one that stood out to me within, like, the last year or so was a woman that was selling... I don't know how I got this. I don't. But she just like, it just said like video games or something in the title, like on Facebook Marketplace. And it was just like a milk crate, like a picture of a milk crate that was like obviously in a shed and nothing was laid out. It was all just like jumbled in there, but I could see like Super Mario 64, like Mario 3 and like a couple other like quality titles. And she wanted $40 for it. So I was like, all right, I'm on my, like I was literally like, I was at like Target or something. And I was like, I can be there in like 10 minutes. And she's like, okay. So I went over, I picked up the crate, I drove home, I emptied it out. There were titles in there like there was a boxed Bible buffet, There was some
Wow.
other Wisdom Tree titles. There
Boxed,
was,
too.
yeah, I had everything. Like there were, and then there was like, GoldenEye 007. Then there was like Super Mario 64 with the box. There was like, there were
Someone's
like,
mom sold their shit.
yeah, it was like a quality collection. And then on top of it, there was like weird titles that you wouldn't normally find that were like hidden under it that I had no idea about. Like I thought I was just getting like, good quality flip titles for $40. And then I'm unearthing like other titles where I'm like, oh shit, okay, all right, now we're cooking. So like I was probably like my best pickup. But like, I feel like my luckiest moment was, and it's weird because I was in college, I was a junior, and I was home. I think on like a winter break or something. And I went to the ATM. I think I went to deposit my work check or something for that week. So I was depositing my check in the ATM, and I parked far enough away apparently that I had to like crack open my door and lean out to the ATM to put my check in. And as I did that, I looked down and there was $40 on the ground. It was a Sunday. Bank was closed. Nobody was around. There were no cars ahead of me, no cars behind me, no cars in the parking lot. $40 just on the ground. So I picked it up, like finished depositing my check, like kind of waited around a little bit. Nobody showed up. So I went home, and I'm a broke college kid. So I was like $40 in my pocket. What am I going to do? I went to eBay and I found a Nintendo 64 with like a game or two and like 2 controllers and a memory card or something for like $60 because this was different times. This was 2012 or whatever. And I was like, sweet, this will be great. I can't wait to play, GoldenEye in my apartment with my friends. Like, this is going to be so fun. So I remember just ordering, I think it was like Perfect Dark. And there was like, I can't remember what the other game was. But I remember ordering that on eBay for like $60 because I remember it was like, I basically paid for the whole thing with my found money. And I got it in the mail. And that kind of like kickstarted the whole, like.
Everything.
It kickstarted everything. Because that was like the first console I went out and like bought that was older because like I had my old consoles that I kept, but that was like my first like retro console that I went out and was like, I'm gonna buy this for nostalgic purposes, and that kind of kicked off my collecting. And that was like, it was $40 that I found, and I thought like, this will be a good thing, it'll be fun, we'll have a good time. And I bought so many games like that year for Nintendo 64, and it was so fun. We had a great time playing it in college, and that was like the luckiest thing because it was free money.
Hell yeah.
So that was my big luck, I feel like.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
I liked it all. This was a very lucky podcast indeed.
I think so. I think we have a lot of luck happening right now for all of us.
I'd say right there, Seamus.
Seamus, short legs. It's still short legs. And still Seamus.
He's short because he has no legs.
But I'm very grateful. Very grateful for everything. But yeah, no, I think this was a great cast. And I'm really happy and excited for you, Kelly, to like see what happens with the store.
Yeah.
Like,
excited to share it with everybody on here.
Oh my God.
It's going to be retro and rad.
It's going to be rad insane and retro.
I can't wait.
I'm stoked. I'm so excited.
I mean, I don't want to promise anything, but like I might bring a kiosk or two over.
Oh.
Just to like have a little fucking Smash Brothers night.
Oh.
Or
okay.
a Dynamite Cop night.
Oh my God.
Or something night.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be fun. It literally is a blank slate, and I'm so excited that I have the opportunity to create on that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us on this podcast. Thank you, Sam and Kelly, for joining me on this podcast.
You're welcome. I'm here anyway.
I know.
I'm contractually obligated to be here.
I appreciate it. Please follow us at Precisely Podcast on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram yet, you can follow us on Facebook as well at Precisely Podcast. We have a YouTube channel too, which might be hard to find us, but just search Precisely Podcast.
Just
on
search
YouTube.
Rule 34.
Oh my God.
Yeah, search Rule 34.
69, nice.
Rule 34 Precisely Podcast.
Like,
on
I'm
YouTube.
kind of kidding, but I'm not, because you'll actually find us.
You'll
if
probably
you
find
search
us
that.
then, yeah.
Guess which episode has the most views?
34. Which it's probably not episode 34.
No, it's not episode
No.
34.
No.
But either way, we do have shirts, hoodies, and maybe that's it right now.
Precisely.live.
Precisely.live. Go to our website, check those out. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. We're up to episode 69. Goddamn.
Nice.
I love you guys. Have a good night, everyone, and we out.
We out.
We out.